everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to another episode of our KSP, Kerbal Space Program. And here we are, orbiting the moon. Now, if you remember last time, I sent a rescue mission out because my original mission to the moon was botched because I didn't put enough fuel on for anything and they sort of got stranded. So I then had to launch another expensive liquid-fueled mission to get liquid fuel to our Kerbal so that I could refuel this, and then I botched that as well, which meant that I then lost an awful lot of fuel. But we still managed to get at least, I don't know, a third of a tank, something like that. So all in all, we're all right. We're sitting pretty. Now, what I'm going to do, I've already looked at a maneuver that I want to use in order to get back into orbit around Kerbal. Once I'm in orbit around Kerbal and away from the moon, I'll be in a position to make that orbit smaller and then look to make a re-entry. So all I'm doing really is boosting on the opposite side of where Kerbal is, forcing our apoapsis or parapsis, whichever one's the biggest, I can't remember, our apoapsis out, so that actually we end up leaving the influence of the moon. Let's do that straight away. Let's get around the planet into the right place, of course, first. But we only need 190 meters per second to do this, so it may very well have been that I would have been able to do this without the refuel job, at least get these people home without the refuel job. It would have been tight, but we would have been able to use the have I got RCS on this? I can't remember now whether I've even got RCS. Yes, I have got RCS on this, haven't I? Yes. So I could have used RCS to help with some of this, but yeah. In the end, we decided to do a full-scale rescue mission because that seemed like a sensible thing to do. So we're going to get these guys home now. We're flying them around. 17 minutes to go. This burn, I think, is probably going to take another 40 seconds. So we probably only want to go about 20 just to get it in the right place. But we're speeding around the moon. Off we go. There was our lander. You just saw our landers there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Now, which one of these? I can't remember which one does the. We'll do it this way. We'll retract the panels, ready for the burn, because obviously we don't want to burn with our panels hanging out. Not that it matters, but you know. So, lock all that up. 27, 26. Get on the target again, and. Oh, actually, that's going to take a lot less time than I thought. Let's not. It's only about a 20-second burn. That's incredible. 11, 10, 9, and now we go. Tons of fuel. So much fuel, it's ridiculous. So there we go. We're burning down our meters per second. You can see that happening. Let's just slow that down a little bit so that I have some control. Let's get ourselves back onto that mark. Like so. 0.4 over, that's fine. And you can see these are now going to be leaving. The moon escape is in 3 hours. So they're now heading back. Let's speed that up. Let's get them out of the... and you can see they're now leaving the sphere of influence of the moon. The moon is carrying on without them. They're getting further away. And they're now heading towards... The moon disappears slowly behind them. They're now moving towards escape, and we'll end up, because obviously we're still in the orbital gravity influence of Kerbal. So even though we're leaving the influence of the moon, we're still going to be captured by the influence of Kerbal. But let's see what sort of yeah, that orange is going to be our apoapsis. That's fine. You can see as we leave, we're now in orbit around Kerbal, as opposed to being in orbit around the moon. The next thing I want to do is at the apoapsis about here, add a maneuver. I'm going to slow us down. I'm going to bring us right in to... That's 100, it's far too far out. We need to come in... I want to come in quite steep. It doesn't make too much difference. 61, a little bit high. A little bit of aero braking, basically. We're using the air of the planet, 46. If I get it down to 30 odd, that should be enough. 36, a little bit more. 27, a little under, but that'll do, that's fine. We can do that. So we're going to come in quite fast and quite heavy. Why is nothing working? Oh, it's because I'm sped up, I suppose. No power? Phew, luckily we can extend these without power. Ran out of power there, that was silly. Which meant that we can't turn anything, but it's okay. We got it sussed. Now we've got some power and we can get ourselves back onto the right little spot. Oh, oh, careful. There we go. So we're now coming in ready for that. So let's speed that up now. Well, now our panels are extended. We've got plenty of power. And you'll see that power zooming up as the solar panels do their job. Let's get ourselves in position. I don't know how much of a burn this is going to take. We will see shortly. Just fast forwarding it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's slow that down a little bit. We've got 11 minutes. My mouse is running away with me over the desk. Come here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we've got about a minute to go. That's fine. And let's just have a look. Okay, it's about a 20-second burn, but we've done a little bit of that, but it's okay. So about 20-second burn. We're going to go at about 10 seconds, halfway through that burn then. Or that anticipated burn, even though we have to get speed up to it. 30, 20, 19, 18, 15, 14, 13, and burn. There we go. And you can see, what you should be able to see is our orbit just sort of sucking itself in and getting smaller again as it approaches Kerbal. Plenty of fuel. Good job we did do a refill. We probably wouldn't have been able to do this burn. So that's fine. Let's just get ourselves back on that mark. Like so. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And we can get rid of that marker. And our paralysis is going to be... What? And did I not just do that to get that down? Let's slow down a bit more. Doesn't make any sense, did it? You saw me do it. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, a bit more, but never mind. 26. So we're now in a orbital re-entry sort of aero brake, but it will be an aero brake, but we hopefully won't skip off. Instead, we will plummet into the atmosphere, which will slow us down. These guys are already in their main capsule, which is great. So we're just gonna speed this up. You can see as we approach Kerbal, it will suddenly fill more and more of the screen as we approach in. Okay, we're now properly in orbit. Here we go, coming in, coming in. Oh, that's a pretty. Yeah, let's just check that again. So now we are literally going to plummet into the surface as opposed to burn off, which is annoying. Don't quite know why that happened either. Let's see if we can't speed up a little bit just to get ourselves... That's retro. Let's see if we can't speed up a little bit. Make the adjustment. I don't really know why that did that. Seems a bit odd. Use up the rest of the fuel, it's fine. And it's going to be over land anyway. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 22, 23. Little bit of fuel left, but we've used up that fuel. It's fine. It's fine. So let's get ourselves to here. What we want to do, I'm assuming it's because we're moving around Kerbal and Kerbal's moving around us or something that made that happen, that change, but it seemed a bit odd. 23. Okay, here we go. Let's stop that. I did. So we should be coming in quite thick into the atmosphere anyway. That's the important thing. Can we shut these up? Otherwise we risk burning ourselves up. What we're looking to do really is to eject these at the very last minute. into the surface. Eight, 7. So we're now beginning to enter. Well, we will be entering shortly. I'm gonna. There we go. Let's get ourselves like so. So we're now re-entering. All our Kerbals are safe. This should burn up because it's going. We're going to be coming in quite heavy, quite hot, quite thick, and quite deep into the atmosphere. This will do the same thing. So that's going to burn up and be destroyed. There was nothing in there that we could keep, which is fine. We've got some stored data. See? Keep that data. Can we do a career report from here? Keep that data. May as well. So here we go. 46. Really starting to come in now. I'll expect this to start firing before us because it's going in deeper, lower in the atmosphere than we are at the moment. We are coming in fast. This is a quick, really fast. There's the effects on the wreckage. Let's get ourselves. And if you look, the aero brake is pulling in our apoapsis, over here, really pulling that in, as we simply don't have the speed, hopefully, the velocity to be able to stay outside. So we aren't going to have to come in for a landing, basically, is what this is doing, hopefully. The G-force is pretty good at the moment. I was expecting that to be up here somewhere. Really losing that speed now. We're supposed to be all 3 of them coming down, remember, on this pod. This is what we were supposed to be doing. Instead, we've got to go back to the moon a little bit and fix that. Yeah, we're definitely coming in now. So we're not going to go. We're not bouncing off. We're definitely coming back. Definitely, but it's going to be a landing over land, which is, never mind. Crew report at this level. Crew report. Reset. We'll get another one of those in a minute. Depends where we land. We might land somewhere we've not had a crew report before, so we can get that data as well. Well, that entry wasn't too bad. I was expecting that to be really high. Maybe I missed the highest part of that. Maybe I did. So if we can land in these sort of plainy areas as opposed to landing on top of these mountains will be handy. But we shall see. So really coming in now, cool and calm. 16, we'll let this run down. We won't put the parachutes out just yet. There's 3 parachutes on here, which should be more than enough to bring it down. Safely and softly. Over the highlands, reset. That's 11. Because we're over the highlands, I'm going to fire my parachutes just because I'm suddenly concerned that we may be higher than I think I am, which means if I left it too late, we would end up crashing and careering ourselves into the highlands, because obviously they're higher than at sea level. But like the Orion module, with the 3 parachute, 3 main chutes, we didn't use any drag chutes or the drogue chutes at the beginning, which they do for Orion. But we're using just the 3 mains. Should be coming down okay. Got a great view of the highlands, coming in well speeded. It should go without a hitch. So I'm not quite sure where the ground is, so we won't speed up too much just in case. I've turned off the SAS to enable us to have a naturalized landing. Go on, pop your chutes, pop, pop, pop. There's our shadow anyway. Please open. There. Brilliant. And then we can just bring that down nice and softly at 7 meters per second, which is perfect. And our first part of our rescue mission, the mission to rescue Jebediah and Bob, has gone flawlessly. Well, ish. Crew report. Reset. Bonk. And we're down. We can do a crew report from here. Keep that data because we haven't got one of those obviously yet, which is fine. I wonder if I've got a sample from here. EVA. Let's have a little look. Dom 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 dom. Take a surface sample. Get that data. EVA report. Get that data. Boom 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 boom. Board. We'll just keep those and add a little extra. We can then go to recover vessel. So these two astronauts are now safely back, which is fantastic. Let's have a little look once this loads up. And then we'll be able to see as well the amount of science that we got, 274 in total. So they came back with plus 42, which isn't too bad. Obviously the parts that we got back really were just the bits that we came through the atmosphere, fun Sat 358, but the most important thing is that Bob and Jebediah came back safely. Done. Brilliant. Next thing, let's go and get back the other one who's now stranded at the moon. Let's go to SB Night 1 and let's fly that mission. Let's have a look. Now, this is a bit more complicated because we've got to launch this. Oh, yeah, he's fine. How much energy have you got? Yeah, you're fine. So we've got to launch this. They're all turned off. If I put up the rockets, I want to take that away, really. How do I take that away? Can I just do that? They've got to fire. That's all got to fire at the same time. We don't need full engines for this to get off. He's safely in. So let's try in 3... Oh, hold on. Shall I do a quick save? Quick saving, just in case I get this wrong. So SAS is on. Engines are up high enough to get us off. What's going to happen is that these clamps here are all going to undock. And hopefully he's going to go straight up. So let's see. In 3, 2, 1... Yes! It worked! Look at that! Plenty of fuel. He's going up nicely. Let's go to our map screen. The main thing to start with, of course, is to get ourselves into a bit of an orbit. Is the main thing. And we can get up to a decent height. There. And then what we can do is once we get up here is we can do that. It doesn't really matter if it's not circle. If it's not a circular orbit, it's not the end of the universe, because ultimately there's no atmosphere for us to hit into, so we're not going to get to caught, if you like, by the atmosphere, which means that we're not going to end up in a situation where we can't get out. Let's take a crew report. No, let's ignore that. Fine. Can I take that from here? Cancel. No, we're not going to overwrite it. I need to go and collect that. Fine. Fine. What about you? There's no pressure. That's fine. So, in 30 seconds, we're going upwards. We need to get 425. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's just get ourselves up there. Or at least on the sort of level. Okay, we're almost there. 30 seconds. Let's fire that now. And this is just to get us in an orbit, alright? And then we can look at doing the similar burn that we needed to do to get ourselves home. Good fuel, it's fine. All good. Worked quite well, that little disconnect and launch the central portion. I'm quite pleased with that. 30, 44, 10, 7, 6. So we've just hit an orbit of sorts. How close? 8,000. So I'm going to do another. I'm going to get rid of this burn, and I'm going to do another one here. Ever so slight. Oops, did I do the wrong one? I did. Ever so slightly, just to pull that out, so that we have 23 there, 20 there. So that's just again circularizing the orbit in little chunks as opposed to doing it all in one burn. That's fine. 7 minutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute. Should be almost no burn at all for this, so we should be fine. 3, and slow that right down. 4, 3. Almost spot on, but I was a bit short with the button there, but there we go. So ultimately we're now in a perfect orbit around the moon. Quite a low orbit, but an orbit nonetheless. What we do have to look at, of course, is where's the planet? There it is. So we're going to want to burn. Let me think. It doesn't really, again, it's not going to matter because we're still going to be captured within the orbit of that planet, so it's not a big concern for me at the moment. Let's get into some sunlight so I can see what we're doing. That would be good. As we skip around the planet, or around the moon. And let's get ourselves into some sunlight. There we go. What I want to get into sunlight for is that I want to go and collect the science that was in these little sections. So, can you do a crew report from up here? Have we got one? We don't need one. Fabulous. He's going to do an EVA. And we're going to put on his pack, because apparently he decided to let go of the... Let's turn his little light on. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Not very good when it comes to Kerbals, trying to fly them. Take data. So he's now got the seismic data. I don't think there was any data in here, but we will find out. Take data. We've now got the temperature data, the seismic data, and that's the only two datas there were. Oh, there's your, put your pack on, you foolish man. Honestly, Bill. And we want to... Ah! I don't know why he's struggling so much. Trying to get him inside this craft is ridiculous. Board anyway. So we got on board. We lost the seismic scan we already had. That's fine. Let's check our data, store data. We have seismic scan, keep data. Keep data. Temperature scan, keep data. And mystery guru, keep data. EVA report, keep data anyway. Fabulous. So we've got all of the necessary data from our tools. So when we drop the body of the craft, it's not gonna matter so much, yeah. It's quite at an angle though, isn't it? Really. If I wanted to do a maneuver to do, oops, no. If I wanted to do a maneuver to do this, how much fuel would we use to do that? And that, how much fuel? 380 in 24 seconds. Let's give that a burn. We're just changing our plane a wee bit. Just changing our plane. We've got plenty of fuel, so I'm not fussed. 24, 28, 27, 26, 25. Plenty of everything. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, like so. So what we're doing now, we're changing our plane so that we're not quite as at a funny angle as we were. Yeah, we don't want to be quite at that sort of angle. So we're just changing our plane over, or at least making some adjustments to our plane. 50, 40, 30, 30, 20, 18, 17, 16. That would probably be enough. So with a bit of luck, you can see we're now flatter. Flatter, pointing towards where we want to go. I'm going to do, if I did a launch, if I did an add a maneuver here, and we went that way, how far out would one need to go? See, that would not work. So let's look at this, doing this like that. We want to get captured, remember, we don't want to go out by a mile. So the best we can do is that, which still gets us captured, as you can see, and is doing 51 minutes, so we'll get ourselves over that mark and do the same thing. It's only 153 burns, so it's not the end of the universe. Let's get ourselves spinning around, ready to make that burn. 45, 44. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Speed it up. I don't want to go too fast because I'll probably go straight past it. So we're approaching the node. This says 8 seconds. It's not going to be an 8-second burn. It's going to be far longer than that. It's going to be about 30 seconds, I thought. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. 9, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute. Oh, I went over the mark. Oh. Let's see what we can do here. It shouldn't make a great deal of difference, he says. There we go. Boom. Turn that off. And we now begin to leave the influence of the moon for the last time. Let's go around the moon and go away from it. Fabulous. Yeah. Exactly the same as before. Same trick as before. Nothing is different. So we're just, as you can see, catching up with ourselves. And we end up captured, of course, by the gravity of the planet. Well away from the moon. Bing! Superb. And we're a little bit over now. I wonder if I could do a little bit of a burn. 60. 40. 22. Something like that. Let's see. It's 10 minutes away. Again, you see, you don't have to be too... It's really, when you're coming into an atmosphere and you've got a parachute, you can be sort of a bit unforgiving with yourself. Gravity, the G-forces doesn't affect the Kerbal, so it doesn't matter if you come in too hot and heavy. But it does make it a lot less... You don't have to think about the landing so much. You don't have to think about the flatness. You just go through the atmosphere, plow into the atmosphere as hard as you can, get the friction up, get the speed down, and then just pop the chutes when you're ready. 18, 17, 16. We're going to go 200. We're going to go now. We're going to go now. And just burn it off a little bit. Just trying to keep it a little bit sort of together. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 1. So that's coming in at 57. Let's get that right down to about 21. So, and take them off. Now we're going to see what happens to that as we go around, because what happened last time is the planet wobbled almost. So we're hanging out, and now we're coming in. As we really do come closer to Kerbal on this approach. How fast? 21. 532, that's fine. You really start to see the speed as we begin to plummet in towards it. Let's have a look here. It might be an ocean splash, which would be nice, as opposed to land. It doesn't matter too much, of course. Orbital speed really picking up now as we come at the shortest part, closer to the planet, getting a gravity assist, if you like, with this. Really picking up our speed. And stop. Let's have a look. 21, that should be enough. So we'll do exactly what we did last time. Point our backside away from us, so that will also not crash into us. I wonder if there's any gravity or anything. Pressure, there's nothing out here. Gravity, is there anything? No, there won't be anything from that one there. So let's get ourselves ready. That for that. Off that goes. So we lose that stage. He's very safe, he's all happy. Let's get this in to where we're coming in to land, like so. Don't quite know where that wobble's coming from. Probably the speed. Wow, that's really holding ourselves in place. I wonder why. Why is that? Why? What on earth is affecting this? Don't know what's affecting this at all. I shall do it manually. Oh, I won't. Good lord, this is almost out of control. Hopefully once we get in the atmosphere it's not going to behave like this. There we go. I think I've got it. Don't quite know what that was all about. Holding firm. There we go. Good lord. Right, we're coming in 103. Holding position. We might be over land now, which is strange because I thought we were coming in over water. It looks like we're coming in over land. 80. About to go into the atmosphere. So we are now in the very top part of the atmosphere. You can see our little ultimate atmosphere meter showing that we're now coming in. Let's get ourselves over that mark. There. So that our backside. There's our wreckage. Already, look at that. Already crashing way down into the atmosphere. That's going to be crashed and disappeared. Never see that again. Could do a desert landing by the looks of it here. Could be a deserty type of landing. Not so bad. 47, just depends really. 42. That's already a kilometre down, so that's... Here we go. There's the effects. Can we take a crew report of this bit? Kerbals upper atmosphere doesn't give us anything more than that. Hopefully we're slowing down enough to pull our upper atmosphere in. There we are, yes. But again, air braking, pulling our speed down, pulling our orbit in, which is what we want. Could be over the desert here, which would be nice. If we don't think we've got any grains. Can't remember whether I did a sample from the desert or not. Coming in. G-force a bit higher with this one. But definitely coming in for a landing. 20. Yeah, definitely captured. Good. They're all home safely. Huge sigh of relief at Mission Command, no doubt. Let's get ourselves on the right retrograde. So the majority of our re-entry is taken on the shield. Actually, if you go on YouTube and have a look, you can see what the real re-entry of Orion looked like. If you look at the real Orion re-entry on YouTube, and you can actually see the plasma and all the fire and heat from that re-entry on there. It's quite something to watch. Actually, it's quite pretty. Coming down now, we're outside of the worst of it. 11,000. I might pop the chute because we look like we're going to come down over these mountains. So out goes the chute, off goes the control again. That let the ship automatically find its own equilibrium so that we're not fighting that. But he's in safe. Let's get that down. 5, 4, 3. Little crew report maybe, just to see if we've got anything from here. Keep that data. Fabulous. Didn't have that, whatever it was, but we're keeping it. 2,000. Yeah, we're coming in over deserty highlands. I don't really know whether that's highlands or not. Crew report. Already got one cancel. That's fine. Store data 5. Seismic scan. Keep. Moon's Midlands. Keep Moon's Midlands. Midlands. Keep data. I don't know why they did one didn't show, but anyway. It's fine. Coming down. We should be able to get out and go and collect some samples of sand if we've not been here before. That will increase it a little further. 3, 2, coming down. Yeah, in the highlandy bits and the dunes. And bonk. Oh, stay upright. Brilliant. That looks like grass to me. It doesn't look like desert, but there we go. Let's do an EV. Let's do an EVA. Let's do an EVA report. Let's keep that data. He's on the ground. Let's do a take surface sample. Lots of sand and rocks here. You're thankful that you've been in a climate controlled environment because it sure looks hot out there. The sand is dry and loose and it looks like it's going to take some effort to clean your gear afterwards. Let's keep that data. Can I do an EVA report? No, cancel. That's fine. We've got that. He can board. That stores those data as well. Let's recover the vessel. How much science did we get back from all of these? Hopefully quite a bit, really, because we got the moon samples and everything. Yeah, 568. Wow. So we got crew report over the deserts. We got some moon midlands. We've got surface samples. So we actually brought back a sample of the moon. That's given us 120 science. Amazing. So 294 science just from that little man's mission. That's why it was so important to bring back. Next, those are the parts that we got back, and of course we brought back Bill safe and sound. The rescue mission is over. It was a success. Brilliant. A little note about this series. We brought it to an end, so I did a flight to the moon. We've done all of that. It's not getting the views really that I need to be able to warrant the time that it takes to record and edit and publish these videos. So this will be the last KSP that I intend to make unless something new comes out that we want to play. But there's loads of other stuff on the channel, and we'll obviously find something to try and replace this with to see, whether or not that has a greater viewer likes and views than this did. So thanks very much for everybody that supported the series. Thank you for watching. Go and have a look at the other stuff that's on the channel. There's tons of stuff there. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.